4474. Good morning, Sam. Hello, everyone. Good morning. See, we got about 3 minutes until we start practice. And feel free if you're still collecting your things, and then start to make your way towards your mat. Tay, good morning. Hey, Alex, good morning. Emily, John, good morning, everyone. If you guys want a playlist, my wife's over in the private studio practicing in the heat, and I put on, I think it's the playlist from, it's a flow class from March 25th that she's listening to over there. So if you guys wanted to stream along, it's out there on the Spotify. Hi, Fedora. Brad, good morning. Alberto K. Sue, good morning to all. And just putting it out there, my intent is to do everything, but I am, if you were on the detox last night, when we took our little trip where I was streaming some classes from, I picked up some poison oak. So if I don't do everything, I will still guide you through as clearly as I possibly can. But I've got this situation happening all over many parts of my body. So if anybody has any tips, the practice is not scratching the itch and just letting it go through its process. I said I feel like I'm a tree and there's sap coming out of me because it starts to pus. It's not very attractive, but that's what's happening over here. Hi, Elizabeth. Anya, good morning. All right, Wednesday morning. What do we got here? July 29th, 2020. A Wednesday morning practice. We'll guide a fit practice. And you know, the fit is the version where we'll draw back some of the vinyasa or the vinyasa transitions. It's still vinyasa yoga, connecting breath into the movements of your body, but we'll cut back on some of the vinyasa transitions, and then we'll pick up repetition in other areas and to build a foundation through our course. So here's the ways of listening to your body. Of course, take a break if you need to. Don't do all the reps. Like I'm not here into challenging you to a number of repetitions when we're repeating things, because you may end up in just kind of collapsing and gripping into the body versus feeling the support and lifting up out of the body. So if the breath is there, continue the repetition. If the breath's not there, and then maybe you pause or insert a modification, put a knee down and support yourself and literally connect your breaths through, right? Building a strong foundation to your body, but a strong foundation through your breath awareness for the entire hour. Okay, so nice to have you all. Brian Boone, Frankie, James, Jojo, Bradley, Lisa, good morning. Let's start on our backs, everybody. Come into a Shavasana. Legs straight with your arms by your sides. I hope my mic is coming through clear. If not, I have a feeling you guys would let me know. The legs go out straight, arms by your sides. And the reason we turn the palms to face up versus turning the palms down, go ahead and try it. Turn your palms down and then feel what's happening up in your shoulders. It's drawing an internal rotation or a spiral inward towards the center line of your body versus turn your palms up and feel the external rotation of the shoulder. And I suppose we can, not stretch our minds. And when we literally sit in the mode of common sense, it just makes sense. But if your body's really tight, you're going to feel that, and so your mind may then try to turn your hands back down. So let the body open up. Shoulders externally rotated. Reset the head if you need to. And let's land in a minute of stillness. And before we begin to activate the breath, land in a minute of stillness here. As I've mentioned several times, your environment contributes into your existence, into your reality. That is a direct in relationship into what is going on inside of you based on the environment and that your body is in. So as you continue to build the relationship with your yoga practice, I bet most of you are landing in the same spot every day. Sometimes we move around. Maybe sometimes you take your practice outside, but in general, I bet you're landing in the same physical space most practices. And creatures of habit, of course. Take your next inhale, reach your arms over your head, give yourself a nice big morning stretch. And use your belly, draw your knees into your chest, bring your hands onto your shins, please. You can rock gently side to side across your sacrum. Don't worry if this is one of your first classes with us and I said sacrum and you're like, what is the sacrum? I think I probably went through 3 years of yoga classes where things in parts of the body were being called out and I had no idea. Specifically remember not understanding at all what they were saying at the end of the class when they would say namaste. And so I would just mouth and kind of fake some mumble because I didn't know what I was supposed to say. So it's all good. Roll onto your right side and make your way around into all fours. Tabletop, please. Notice when you set your hands, if you have a tendency of kind of falling off into the outer edges of your hands, the pinky finger side, and then start to distribute the weight. So if you take the pads underneath your fingers, and then spread across to your thumbs. So the pads just behind the fingers, and then across to the thumbs. Now you'll get a solid foundation, activating the arms. And release the belly, lift the tailbone, and bring your gaze forward. Take an inhale through your nose. And then round your spine, tuck your chin, exhale the air through your nose. And seal the lip. Drop the belly, bring the gaze forward, and feel the shoulders drop. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. Scoop the belly in, go 3 inches below your belly button. Do it again. Inhale to extend, belly out, tailbone lifts. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. Feel the hands, feel the knees, little more squeeze. Inhale to a flat back. Reset the hands if you need to. Take the grip out of your jaw. Soft seal to your lips. Tuck your toes. On an exhale, press back into a down dog. Start with a micro bend to your knees. Micro bend is the one where, if we're in class together, I might not necessarily be able to see it, but you can feel it. A deeper bend to the knees is the one that we can see from the outside. So now go into a deeper bend to the knees. Press your low belly back to your upper thighs and feel your entire pelvis move back in space. Firm down into the hands, so you're pressing down versus just pressing out, and so your hands don't slip out on you. Lift through your tail like you just did in cow pose, and on the exhale, press the heels down, making a straighter line through your legs, and you'll feel that energy line through the back of your body stretch. Let's warm up, breath moving body. Bring your big toes together. On the inhale, roll out like you're going through a cat pose into high plank. And then exhale, lift your hips from the inner thighs. Press back into your down dog. 2 more. Inhale, roll out and come into the toes, high plank. Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll out and come into your high plank. And exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands back to the feet. Weight into the heels. Look at your big toes. Press those down. Lift the rest of your toe tips off the ground. And then spread them apart. And then you come back down onto the mat. Release the chin into the chest. And keep your left hand where it is, on the ground or on your shin. And then take your right arm and then reach it back by your side. And just lift the wrist a little bit higher. Keep the head down. You may think we're twisting, but we're not. We're just reaching the right arm back in space. And think of it like an airplane wing. And bring your right hand back down onto the ground or onto your shin. And reach your left arm straight back. So be on your side body, wrist up towards the sky. And keeping the gaze down, it's always a friendly measure if you get really tight and bound up in a twist. And to keep your gaze more neutral, and then you can deepen your breath. Bring your left hand back down onto the mat. Hands to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Elongate through your spine. Exhale, dive, forward fold. You're shrinking the front of your spine. Inhale, stand up, press the mat away, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and humble your chin. Feel the feet, breath in, circle the arms back up. Exhale, dive through your midline, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift halfway through the front body. Exhale, dive, forward fold, shrink the front body. Inhale, rise, use the back, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. 2 more rounds. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, dive through your midline, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Inner thighs, upper back, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Relax your glutes from gripping. Inhale, circle the arms up. Feel the thighs. Exhale, dive through your midline, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crawl forward, come out into a high plank. And shoulders over your elbows, elbows over your wrists. So tendency is to put your hands wider than your shoulders. Bring your hands in a little bit closer, and then notice how much more you feel connected to your core. Big toes together, if not already. And turn your elbows in, bring your chest forward. Now bend your arms, lower slowly for 5, 4, 3. Notice there is a space. Chest comes down in between your thumbs. Untuck your toes. Anchor the tops of the feet. Elbows in. Lift your heart. Baby cobra. On the exhale, lower the chest back down. Keep the elbows in. Roll yourself up. Baby cobra. Exhale, lower your chest back down. One more inhale. Shoulders down, chest up. Baby cobra. Keep the elbows tight. It might feel a little funky because your hands are closer than normal. Bring your chest down. It's going to connect you to your core. Tuck your toes, elbows in, push up to high plank. Much better. Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. And so the insight, if you're always setting your hands too wide, you're actually putting wear and tear into the joints of your shoulders. Your joint has to deal with that out of alignment position by activating muscles to support in a non-balanced way. So the alignment is really important. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, lift your right. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick your right leg back till it's straight. Exhale, your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, kick your right leg back. Exhale your knee to your nose. Keep the arms straight. Pulse the knee into your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. When it lands, lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Release your chin. Broaden the breath across your back. Slide the arms out. Inhale to rise up. Arms over your head. And so it's the same way with the distance between your feet horizontally. If you go wider than the hips, then your hips have to deal with that. If you work the feet and the placement hip width distance apart, then you'll probably feel lighter in the pose. Belly in, tailbone down. Cactus the arms, open the chest, and then you can elevate the chin. Feel the shoulder blades drawing in. So we're warming up, compressing, and utilizing the rhomboid muscles in the back. Big breath. Inhale, arms up, look forward. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, step your right foot back as you lift the knees. You're in plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, elbows in. Tops of the feet, inhale, up dog, slowly. And exhale, lift your hips. And feel your spine, downward facing dog. Work with it. Even just try it on for a quarter of the practice. A more narrow position placement through your hands in your downward facing dog. See how it feels. And right foot stays. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, left leg back till it's straight. Exhale, knee to your right elbow. Inhale, kick back, it's straight. Exhale, knee to your nose. Stay there and begin to pulse for 5. Knee to nose. 3, 2, 1. Kick back, inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step left foot in between your hands. When it lands, lower your right knee. Soften your chin, let your head be heavy. And tailbone down, sweep the arms out. Inhale to rise up. And feel the length in your side bodies. Connect to the strength in the upper back so the top of the shoulders drop down. Fingertips stay long. And belly in, cactus your arms. And the shoulders drop. Now you can elevate the gaze. And feel that horizontal breath across the chest in between the elbows. Feels good. Inhale, reach up, look forward. Exhale, bring your gaze and hands down. Plant the hands, step your left foot back, lift your knees, high plank. Take a breath in, elongate through the crown of your head. From the low belly, press back into your downward facing dog. And then you can add the light constriction around the muscles in your throat to your breath. And big toes together, lift the heels, bend the knees, take 2 big steps to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, stand up, reach the arms straight. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, bend your legs, sit your bum back and down. And take an inhale, pull your heart into your thumbs. Exhale, rotate left elbow outside your right thigh to twist. And so remember, you can maintain more neutrality in through the cervical spine in your neck by keeping your gaze down. This is going to build some heat. If you want to go deeper, lift the right shoulder and turn your gaze over to your fingertips. Your readiness is in your ground, your foundation, your confidence, right? Hence why we flow. Come back to center. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, dive, fold in, bring your hands to the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Listen. Left foot steps back into a lunge. Bend your front leg. Slide your gaze forward. And feel your hips. Take a breath into that base. Straighten your front leg, back heel high. Crawl your hands back any amount. Use the arms to kickstand your heart. Okay, let's work it. Back heel high. Front toes lift. Press through the heel. And then feel the strength in your upper back. So kind of like a little cat back. Pull your belly in. Now start to round your chin into your chest. Feeling good? Breath. Blade. Slide your gaze forward. Plant your right foot. Bend into your front leg. Lower your left knee. Belly draws your arms up. Reach. And bring your hands to your and inhale. Exhale, left elbow outside your right thigh. Lift your left knee off the ground. Feel the breath slide as you extend through your left hip crease. Right palm into your left palm. Rotating through your rib cage. Slide your right ribs back. Feel your left ribs draw to your inner right thigh. Use your core strength in your upper back to turn yourself back to center. Plant the hands to the mat. Bend your left knee. Step your left foot to the top. Inhale to lift halfway. Ooh, feel that outer right hip. Exhale, forward fold. Great job. Inhale, rise, stand up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bend your legs. Sit back into your chair. Gaze is the last thing to turn. Rotate right elbow out. And sometimes feeling in the empowerment through and without losing the breath is the best place to be. And so learn in that relativity of the edge, where this practice is unique for every single person right now, right? Where you can breathe and where your body can express to. And come through center as you inhale, rise, stretch up, arms straight. Exhale, dive, forward fold, head below your heart. Inhale, lift halfway, listen. Exhale, right foot back, big step into your lunge. Slide your neck long. Take a breath back into the crease of your hips. Straighten your front leg, crawl your hands back. And so the high back heel takes you out of your low spine. Now we can lift the front toes and kick into the ground with your front heel. Dome your upper back, scoop the low belly in and begin to round, curl the chin into the chest. On your exhale, flatten your left foot, bend the leg. Lower the right knee down to lunge. Feel the belly in back. Reach your arms up. You're floating through that alignment. Hands to your heart center. On your exhale, twist. Right elbow outside your left thigh. And keep your gaze down. Lift your right knee. And it's a matter of straightening the leg. So to extend through the knee, and you work the activation of your quadricep, top of the thigh. Left hand to your right. Feel your left shoulder lift. Deepening the twist, rotating the chest, then you can rotate the gaze. Use the upper back strength as you come back to square into your lunge. Notice the outer left hip trying to take control. Stay with your big toe mound. Place your hands down, bend your right knee, step your right foot to the top. Good job. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your legs, sit, Utkatasana, reach your arms up. And now you simply got your legs bent. Reach your arms back by your sides. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Light up through the upper back. Spread your fingertips. And sit down a little bit deeper. Graze the mat with your fingers and then reach your arms back up. Stay for a beat. Draw your ribs in, tailbone down behind the knees. Press the mat away. Rise all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Great job. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, step back into a high plank. You can hold your plank or take a breath. On the exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, tops of the feet, up dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. And see if you're still working in that narrow stance with your hands and your feet. Lighter in your shoulders and hips. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, big step, right foot in between your hands. Pivot your back heel down. And so that should line us up from your right heel into the center of the arch of your left foot. Come up to warrior 2. Right knee now stacked on top of the heel. Back arm as strong as your front arm. And work the anchor in your tailbone to slide your belly in flat. Flip your right palm. Inhale to exalt. Reverse your warrior 2. Exhale, bring your arms back, shoulders stack. And straighten your front leg. Make fists with your hands. Humble your chin. Bring your fists together behind your back. And press your knuckles together. And draw your ribs in. Let your gaze come out over your front shoulder. Feel your back heel on your breath. Exhale, slowly bend into your front leg. Feel where you meet and that in your hip crease. And keep rolling your tailbone under. Feel the lift from your upper inner thighs. Nice. Straighten your front leg back out. Chin to chest. Once again, slide the hands down. Open the arms back into the T. Keep your legs straight, and now reverse your triangle. Left hand down, and reach your right arm up, and then reach your right arm back. And feel the spread through the pads above your fingers. And from your pinkies to your thumbs, breathe into the right side of your rib cage. And ground down. Inhale, rise back up, shoulders on top. Exhale, bend your front leg. You're in warrior 2. Anchor the back heel, right arm down inside your right foot. If not, right forearm to your right thigh, left arm straight up. And draw a line across the cage like you're doing warrior 2 through your arms. And breathe back into the space through your right hip crease. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. Slowly lower your gaze and left hand to the mat. Pivot on your back toes so both hands are inside your right foot. Heel toe your right foot out so you have a wider base. Turn your right toes out on a 45. Flatten your palms, look down in between your thumbs. Keep your back knee lifted. With this breath on the exhale, slowly lower your back knee. Untuck your toes. Left hand stays right hand to your inner right thigh. Elbow by your side. And then you can feel that twist in your low belly. Tuck the right elbow back in without over-rotating in your left shoulder. So the tendency is that left shoulder is going to over-rotate. Turn your left elbow back. Plug the head of the shoulder into the socket, and then stay long and lifted through the back of your heart. Next breath, gaze and right hand come down onto the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift the left knee, slide your right foot back. And bring your big toes together. Bring your right hand to mat center. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your bottom hip. Connect to your upper back, and then float your left arm up in your inside plank. And gaze down for step 1. And gaze sideways for step 2. And gaze all the way up for step 3. Stay with your breath for 5. And belly in, gaze, and left hand come down to the ground. And roll over onto your toes. Reset your hands. You're in plank pose. Exhale, draw your hips back, downward facing dog. And feel it as you bring your hands back into that narrow stance. And so less grip in your shoulders, even as you build your endurance and perhaps your body fatigues a little bit. And you'll feel lighter. Take a breath. Right foot down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, big step, left foot all the way through. Pivot your right heel down. And feel the knees spread. Inhale, come on up, warrior 2. Strong in your right arm. And gaze over your left wrist. Ribs in, keep flattening the belly by rolling your tailbone under. So when you've got your feet and you roll your tail under, keeps your chest proud. Sometimes you'll get these weird spots of tightness in your body. They come to your mind. It's amazing. Take a breath with it. Straighten your front leg. Make fists with your hands. Humble your chin. Put your knuckles together behind your back. And so your elbows are wide. And roll your gaze back over your left shoulder. Slowly bend into your front leg. And so it's natural. Your back hip is going to turn forward a little bit. Roll the weight into the pinky toe side edge of that back foot and keep lifting your heart. You should feel that across your chest, your front deltoids and your shoulders. Everything is about taking these deeper, slower, stronger breaths. Straighten your front leg out. Humble your chin. Slide your hands down. Bring them back out into a T. Legs stay straight. And then reverse your triangle. Left hand up, right hand down. And reaching up as you flatten the belly. There's a little contraction through your outer hips as you support the stability and from your lower body into your upper body. Beauty. Bring your arms back. Shoulders stacked. Bend your front leg. Strong warrior 2. Left arm down inside your shin. And hand to the mat. If not, forearm onto your thigh. And then your right arm comes straight up. Work that warrior 2 upper body. And stack the right shoulder on top of the left. One line. Press your hips towards the wall you're facing. And then breathe through the twist. Left ribs through, right ribs back. And got to anchor the feet so that your pelvis doesn't go with it. A lot of strength in your upper back here. Take your gaze, bring your right hand down slowly. Pivot on your back toes. Both hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out wider. And turn your left toes out on a 45. Set your hands flat. Look in between your thumbs. And your right leg is straight. And we always have to encounter the resistance and to feel that beautiful moment and realize in the peace. And so if your breath is there, you need not bow down. If your breath is not there, listen to your body. Go to a place where you can breathe. Slowly lower your right knee down onto the mat. Right hand stays, left hand to your inner left thigh, elbow by your side. They remind you about over-rotating that bottom shoulder. And so turn the elbow in, pull the head of the shoulder back into the socket, feel the low belly twist, and then you can go slow, gaze can follow. Feel like grounding action, then we're lifting out away from the ground, and there's 3 points in grounding simply through the body: your feet, your tailbone, and your shoulder girdle. Soften your gaze, bring your left hand back to the mat. And tuck your back toes, lift your right knee, and step your left foot back, come into a plank. Feel the hands, bring your left palm to the center line of your mat below your face. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot, the head of that left shoulder. You've learned elbow in, and take your right arm straight up. Side plank, flex the ankles. And step 2, expression, bring your gaze sideways. Step 3, lift the gaze all the way up for 5. And belly in, gaze in, right hand down. And then roll over on your toes. Reset your hands. You're in plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your bum, downward facing dog. Notice if your hands got wider, bring them back in. And line them up from your shoulders, and then you'll feel longer and stronger in your down dog. And straight legs, heel walk, and your feet all the way up to your hands. If you can keep the hands or fingertips on the ground, do it. And drop the chin, draw with your belly. A little bend to your knees, take your hands behind your bum and your low back. And chin to your chest, get a grip. Cross your thumbs, and now start to extend through your elbows, and the shoulder blades come in to squeeze. If you've been holding it all in your chest, now is the time. Now is always the time. Reach the knuckles up and connect to your breath. And start to bring your thumbs back to your bum. And bend your arms, release your grip, take your hands down onto the ground. Inhale to lift halfway. Bend your legs, strong upper back. Exhale, reach your arms up, Utkatasana. Feel your feet, take a breath in, arms straight. Exhale, rise, bring your hands to your heart, great breath control. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your legs, sit back into that chair. Keep your legs bent, take an inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold, hands to the ground. Listen, inhale, lift halfway. Left foot steps back, pivot the heel down. Warrior 1, lunge into your front thigh. Press your back heel. Drop the tail, inhale, rise up. And feel the bend to the front leg. You will feel the stretch in your outer left hip flexor. Use those 3 points to ground. Connect the hands together over your head, your thumbs. Squeeze your arms straight, elbows in, and then you can go into that phase of expression. Lift your gaze up, look between your hands. Keep the ribs in, tailbone down. Anchor from the back heel. Gaze forward, open the arms, bring your hands down onto the ground. And pivot your back heel high. Bend your left leg, and then step your left foot to the top of the mat. Bring your right ankle behind your left ankle so your pinky toes meet. Rock the weight into your heels. Take the hands on the back of your right hamstring. Or you could say the back of your calf. Go lower below the knee. Engage any resistance in the shoulders and the neck. Draw with your belly, support your back body. And slide the hands off, bring them back to the ground. Right foot comes inside your left foot. Same way now, step your left foot back, but keep the heel high. Left hand flat, twist, reach your right arm up towards the sky. So we're going to make it more about the legs. Come up onto your left fingertips. And turn your right thumb in. Hook your right forearm behind your back. You might want to lower your chin anytime you're getting a bind, and then re-elongate through the spine. Feel your front heel, right knee to your chest. Float your left arm forward. Kick through your back heel. If you've got this with breath, and we can look down for this transition, revolved half moon. Transfer the weight forward, left hand to the ground, back leg lifts. Slide your right arm out, and then your shoulders stack. You're back in like warrior two arms. You've done it all morning. Kick out through your heels. Elevate out of your low back. Pull your heart through, shoulders away for your ears. Follow through with your breath. On your exhale, gaze and down. Fingertips support. Draw your left knee into your chest. And check it out. Right leg is straight for 5. Start to lower your left foot. 4, 3, 2. That's not easy. Left foot down. Inhale. Exhale. Step your right foot back to warrior 1. Turn the heel down. Bend your front leg. And tailbone under from your low belly. Rise up. And so the flow feeds the flow. That's the beauty. That's why I always say a good, challenging, mindful practice feeds a good, challenging, mindful practice. And just like a sluggish or do what you want to do kind of a practice, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to feed. Arms up, palms touch. Hook your thumbs. Elbows in. Tailbone down. Best you can. Back heel down. And then float the gaze up. And gaze forward, open the arms, bring your hands down onto the ground. Pivot on your back toes, take care of your low spine, bend the knee, and step your right foot to the top of the mat. And bring your left ankle behind your right, pinky toes meet. Rock the weight into your heels, hands to hamstring, or hands down onto your calf. Higher or lower, and just not in the back of the knee. And higher is going to be a little more challenging to balance. It feels so good as you can slow down, be with that breath practice and control. Fingertips back to the mat and bring your left foot back inside your right foot. Long spine, kick your right leg back, step into a lunge. Keep the heel high, right hand down, twist, reach your left arm up. Make it more about your legs. Come up onto your right fingertips. So the ball of your back foot. Turn your left thumb in. Lower your chin as you take the half bind, forearm behind your spine. And elongate and breath to your chest. Crown of your head follows. Feel your front heel. And then reach your right arm forward. And you've got this on the inner edge. Take your gaze down. Okay, lunge and to bring the weight forward. Right hand to the mat. Float your back leg. Okay, roll into that forearm. Open the left side of your chest and slide your left arm up. We're in revolved half moon like warrior two arms. Kick through the heels. Lift through the inner back thigh. And stay with your breath. Good. Sweat to your low belly. Bring your gaze and left hand down. Stay drawn. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then we lower the right foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big toes together. Drop the chin in. And bend your knees. Draw with your belly. And you can go nice and slow. Roll up one vertebra at a time. As long as you're not dizzy, close your eyes. Arms by your sides, feel the beautiful center of gravity. In your alignment of your stance, even weight through both feet. Let your hips and hip flexors release. Open your eyes, bring your palms together in front of your heart. So remember, a strong mindful flow feeds a strong mindful flow. Having done what you've done allows you to be in more peace and to experience a greater sense of ease. Weight into your right foot, lift your left knee in front. And draw your belly in, kick back, chest forward, toppling tree, warrior 3. The expression, you can phase it out, reach your arms forward. Thumbs hooked like you did in Warrior 1, and then the gaze follows in between your wrists. The empowerment is in your breath. The strength is in your back. As you start to rise, bring your left knee through, lift it up in front of you, hands to your heart center. You notice you can endure and lift in the body much longer. Take your left hand back, grab the inside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up. You probably feel about 6 inches taller. And then kick down and back into your left hand. And roll up to the back of your heart. Turn your right palm to face the sky. Live it up right here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rise. Breath control. Left foot down, arms by your sides. Absorb all the space as you feel your right ankle release. Seal your lips as long as you're not dizzy. Close the eyes. Feel the center of gravity. Notice how the pose takes you through, takes you through, takes you through. But the courage is to come right back into where you are. Open your eyes, hands to your heart center. And weight into your left foot. Plug in through the left foot and draw your right knee up. And breathe to receive. Kick your right leg straight back. Toppling tree, modified warrior 3. Phase out your expression. Reach your arms forward. Hook your thumbs like that warrior 1. And then the gaze follows through to your wrist. Use the upper back. Inhale, rise. Right knee through, hands in front of your heart. Little to no weight in your low back. Bring your right hand down. Grab the inside of your foot, ankle, or shin from behind. Reach your left arm up. And turn the right knee in behind the hip. Kick down and back. And begin to express your dancer's pose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, rise, breath control. That's all it is. Right foot down, arms by your sides. Feel your left ankle release. And tailbone down. Shift the pelvis in neutral. So that means take the curve out. Rock the tailbone down. Draw the pubic bone, belly in. Feel the feet. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, dive through your midline, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into a high plank. Notice if your hands got wider. And staying with it, hands shoulder width distance. Legs straight and strong, elbows turning in, begin to lower all the way down onto your belly. And keep the elbows in, hands where they are. Untuck your toes, roll your heart up, baby cobra pose. And feel the tops of the feet. Now reach your arms forward and put your fingertips down onto the ground. And feel the anchor in your belly and then start to hover your feet off the ground. And keep your legs hovering. Slide your arms back by your sides. Palms face the ground. And stay up with your breath. Inhale. Curl your heels into your bum. Reach back for your ankles from the outside. Turn your knees in. Kick into your hands. Press your thighs down as you pull your heart through and connect to your breath and to express your floor bow. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do it. 6. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and slowly start to come down. And release your ankles. Take your arms out into a T. Listen. Keep your right arm where it is. Bring your left hand beside your chest. Crawl your right fingertips out. Roll onto your right hip. And then step your left foot back behind you. So you're opening up to the right side of the chest. Left foot is behind. And toes on the ground. Left hand is there to support. Stay with that. I got to go get new batteries for my microphone. 5 breaths. And use your left hand. Start to bring your left leg back around. You roll back onto your belly. Take your left arm out into a T. And slide your right hand in beside your chest. And then roll onto your left hip. Step your right toes behind your left leg. Ooh, feel that. Front of the deltoid. And support your head and your neck in with your right hand. And begin to roll back onto your belly. Both hands come underneath your shoulders. Elbows in tight to your sides. Tuck your toes. Kick back through your heels. Look down to the ground. Increase the amount of weight into your hands. And let that press you all the way up into your high plank. Take your left hand forward a couple inches. Kick your left leg out onto the right side of the floor. So off your mat, both legs straight. Pivot your back heel down. And take your right arm up. Hey, notice if your hips are sagging. Lift your bottom hip. Use your oblique muscle. Take your right hand behind your head. So chin to chest. Right hand behind the head. And then pull your right elbow back. Make sure you're not over-rotating in your bottom shoulder. Breathing, receiving. Take your gaze and right hand down. Pivot on your back toes. Slide your left knee to the outside of your left wrist and you're in half pigeon. Slide your right knee back or walk it down. Untuck your back toes. unless you have poison oak on your knee, and then come down onto your elbows. And release the head, the neck, the shoulders, the tongue. You may feel the awakening, or the body being awakened, and by all of these breaths. And the beauty of intensely and intently in connecting our focus into the flow. And it's nice when you start to feel taller and taller through your upper body. Come back up to your hands, rock off onto your left hip, and swing your right leg around in front. Seated twist. Take your right foot to the outside of your left thigh and ground down through your seat. Right hand behind. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, your elbow to the outside of your thigh. And kickstand with your right arm. And drop the shoulder down. And what the heck, one more twist. And do it with kindness. Do it where you're not forcing it. As you inhale, come back to center. Take your hands behind, uncross your legs out in front. And then if you need to, scoot your bum forward. Lie down onto your back, please. Take the hands on the back of your hamstrings and kick both legs straight up. Lift your head, turn your elbows in to create a little bit of space. And for your low back, flex your ankles. Now reach your arms up, touch your toes. Okay, so we're going to go V crunch. You can go halfway, so lower halfway, arms and legs, and then come back up. You can go all the way down to a hover, come back up. Let's go, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good job. Bring your feet down, arms over your head, release your belly. So it's a no hands transition. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle and lift your feet off the ground. Okay, lift your ankles up towards the ceiling. Okay, use your belly and then rock up, cross-legged seat. Hands haven't touched the ground. Okay, now roll over your shins, plant your palms, and walk it back into a downward facing dog. Okay, make sure your hands didn't get too wide. And take your right hand forward a couple inches. Kick your right leg out to the left side. Off your mat onto the floor. Pivot your back heel down and reach your left arm up. And if your hips are sagging, lift that bottom hip. Use the oblique. Chin to your chest. Take your left hand behind your head. And turn that shoulder down and draw the elbow up. And stay aware, plugging the bottom shoulder into the socket. Inhale, left arm up. Gaze and left hand down. Pivot on your back toes. And then we slide the right knee to the outside of the right wrist, and the shin is grounded for half pigeon. Walk your left knee back. And lead with the chest, come down onto your forearms. And release the chin muscles in the face, the tongue, around the eyes, your forehead. Witness when you try less, and there it is, the balance. And through the breath, the equilibrium, homeostasis. It's always here. And hence why the practice of yoga is bringing our mind to here, the present. And because everything is always and has always been right here. Next inhale, lift the head, walk your hands in. Rock off onto your right hip and swing your left leg around. And setting up for a seated twist. Left foot outside your right thigh, please. Left hand behind, kickstand your heart, reach your right arm up. Right elbow outside your left thigh. And drop the left shoulder down. And final twist today. And way to stay with it, everybody. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. And hands behind, uncross your legs if you'd like to take a little sip of water. And you're welcome to go ahead and grab a sip. And then whichever direction you'd like. And you can make your way down onto your back. And I'd like to know while you're drinking water, so let me know on the live chat if you guys would like to do a little outdoor live. We'll just pick a park close-ish to the studio, and we can pop up and go have a practice socially distanced in the park. I would have the camera for the live for everybody that's not here. If you're interested in doing something like that, after your Shavasana, let me know on the live chat, and we can try to coordinate something for next week. And for now, lie down. Rest to your back. And I hope it feels like you took 50 pounds of weight or anything identified as weight. I hope it feels like you took 50 pounds and removed it from your mind, therefore removing it from your body. And if it feels that way and you really want to feel in the perspective shift, after your practice, pick up a couple if you got a couple sacks of potatoes, pick up a couple sacks of potatoes or a sack of potatoes and realize how much 50 pounds of weight is to be carrying around with you. There's a scene, I think the movie was called Up in Air with George Clooney, and he's at a podium and he's giving a speech and he's talking about the emptying of the backpack. I'm not great at memorizing movies, but that moment has always stuck with me. Some of you may recall Right? We got to empty the backpack and let the weight release, find who we are, be in the moment, realize with self. So enjoy it here in your Shavasana. And hope you all have a beautiful day. I'll see you tonight for detox. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Namaste.